There is a major change in technology. This internet is not just another thing. It's a paradigm shift. It has destroyed the retail business. Amazon is taking over the world. Go to America. The malls are ghost towns, empty. Nobody goes to the mall anymore. Stores are closing. In Santa Barbara, the main street, closing. Why? Internet, retail sales. It has changed our political picture because people now through Facebook start a revolution. How do you think happened the Arab Spring of what's called the Arab Spring? Through the Facebook. So we didn't even know who the leader was. There was just a sign, let's go and manifest, and the people went to the streets. Maidan Revolution in Ukraine through the internet. Who started it? Nobody knows. Who was the leader? Nobody knows. 100,000 people showed up and made a revolution. It changed our dating, social dating. People are now dating through the internet. They find their wife or their husband on the internet. Major change, guys. Social, political, economic changes. Everything is changing. And the hierarchy does not hold anymore. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The idea that the head of the company knows everything and he decides and the people follow up does not hold. The complexity is so big now that the head of the company does not know what's going on. All this idea that the board of directors decides, you know something? I work with board of directors. They don't have the slightest idea what's happening in the company. You think they can find the complexity of the company meeting once a month for 3 hours, for 4 hours after a cocktail party? This is bullshit. They don't know. They don't have the idea. What is the new analogy? What is the new analogy? Medicine says, to be healthy, listen to your body. Listen to your body. Every part of the body has memory. Do you realize that every cell in your body thinks? Not only the brain thinks. Every cell thinks. You have to listen to all your body if you want to be healthy. That's exactly what we try to do in a company. Salesmen might know more about what's happening to the company than the president. Do you know that? Because they're in the field. You have to listen to your toe if you want to be healthy. So we have to now change the whole paradigm from having a hierarchy like this to start having an organization that is more participative, listening to each other, working with each other. What Mauricio called it collaboration. I want to put this word collaboration into your mind. Forget leadership. All this Harvard Business School teaching about leadership, leadership. It's an old paradigm. The head is a leader. Here is a leader pointing the direction. Let's go that way. Dead. What we need to talk about is collaborative leadership, not just leadership, not individualistic leadership, collaborative leadership. Look at my hand. You probably heard my lecture many times. Look at this. Different fingers together. That's a hand. That is a blessing. That's called a Hamsa. Go to any church of any denomination. All the saints are standing like this. Do you realize that? In all religions, even in India, the saints are standing like this. You know what? This is a blessing. What is a blessing? Different together. Different together. And this is a curse. When you do this to somebody in his face, this is a curse. What is it? Different, not together. We have to integrate the whole body. Because every part of the body exists for other parts of the body. Look at the human body. There is no part in that body that is standing for itself. If there is a part in the body that stands for itself, it's called cancer. Cancer. Only cancer stands for itself. It only takes energy, does not collaborate with anybody else, and spreads and kills the body. Every part of the body exists for somebody else. The heart exists for somebody else. The lungs exist for somebody else. We are all interdependent. So what is a healthy body? Integrated. When are we sick? When we fall apart. When the parts of the body do not talk to each other. Like in my case, my kidney doesn't work anymore. I'm sick because the kidney is not working. So what are we trying to do in a company? The purpose of a business methodology is to make the company healthy. Can you hear the word healthy? And what is healthy? Integrated. Being sick is to be disintegrated. That's why when you are sick physically, you say, I'm falling apart. Falling apart is a disintegration. Part of the body are not talking to each other. That's exactly a disease. Our goal is to make the company integrated. And you know the formula of success. The more integrated you are internally, the more energy is free to deal with the external world, to fight the external world. If you're not integrated internally, you're wasting a lot of energy trying to make the internal organs work. And then the energy that is available gets dissipated internally, not available to deal with the outside. You know how many times we come across a company, my God, incredible technology, innovative technology, genius of technology. And with that kind of a technology, there is a market. Market is there, technology is there, and if you have market and technology, there is money, by the way. Money comes and knocks on your door. Please let us in, we want to invest in you. And the company is not going anywhere, it's failing. How can it be? They have the technology, they have the market, they have the money. What's wrong with them? Disintegration. The partners are fighting. Or father, son are fighting. Or trade unions against the company. Or the engineers against the marketing. Or marketing against sales. Or sales against production. And accounting against everybody. So what's happening? All the technology, all that market, all that money, total waste. They're going nowhere. Why? Because they are sick. The purpose of a business is to make the company healthy. And I would like you to know something else. The most valuable things in life, I repeat, the most valuable things in life, we know them only by their absence. You don't know the value of being healthy till you are sick. Oh, then you discover how important it is to be healthy. When you're healthy, you take it for granted until you get sick. What else is most important in life? Love. You don't know the value of love till you have no love in your life. All at once you discover, oh my God, I'm so lonely. Democracy. You don't know the value of democracy till you live in dictatorship. When you live in democracy, oh, you take it for granted, democracy. Making the company healthy, most people don't realize this is the most important thing for you. I've been writing in many of my blogs, and I want to write it in my next book if I have ever time to write. The purpose is not profit. Economic theory is taking us in the wrong direction. Why? Because they can measure it. The bloody measurement. The most important thing is for the company to be healthy. What is the role of the CEO? Keep the company healthy. If it's healthy, it will be profitable sustainably. Not in a short run, continuously. Because you're healthy. And because you're healthy, you have energy available to fight the competition, to innovate, to come with new products, new markets. The moment you're sick, all the energy goes inside. You ignore the market. You're ignoring developments because you have no energy for it. And what's happening? You're dying. You will die. Change fast or die slowly. Our purpose is to make the company healthy. How? By providing you the tools to be integrated. Now, being healthy is not a one-time shot. Oh, now I'm healthy, now I can go to sleep. No, 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 no. You have to work on it all the time. Because change will make you sick. Let me explain that. Change will make you sick. Why? Every company, marriage is also a company. Marriage is a company. A country is like a company, it's a system. Every system is composed of subsystems. A company, for instance, has a client interface subsystem, which is marketing and sales. Has an operation subsystem, production, engineering. Has a financial subsystem. Has a human resources subsystem. When there is change, look at my hands, when there is change, the subsystems do not change together. Some change faster than others. You know that. A young company, sales changes very fast. Oh, we have to change, marketing changes the fastest. Oh, we have to change our marketing orientation, change the price, change this, change that, because we have to adapt to the market. How long does it take for production to change? Oh, a little bit longer. How long does it take for finance to change? That's why I asked Mauricio, what was it? The Blue Book. Oh my God, much longer. You know what is the most difficult to change? The slowest? Human element. Try to change people. Machiavelli said, if you want to be hated, try to change people. People don't change that easily. Don't change easily. Because the subsystems do not change at the same speed, it creates gaps. Those gaps are manifested in what we call problems. All the problems you have in the company, hear me well, all your problems in the company, all your problems you have in your marriage, all the problems you have is the plumbing in your house, all the problems you have is your car that does not start, I don't care. All the problems, country level, company level, house level, family level, personal level, same thing, is caused by disintegration. Something is falling apart. Why? Because something has changed. When you go to the doctor, you tell the doctor, I have a pain, I'm sick. What does he ask you? When did it happen? When did it start? What did you do? You know what is he looking for? What has changed? I'm giving you a tool here. Go back to your company. Any problem you have, ask the question. What has fallen apart? What has changed? In a marriage, we love each other till the children are born. This is a change. We might have some crisis. We move houses, change. We might have a problem. Change causes disintegration because the subsystems do not change together. Change causes disintegration. Do you hear me? Disintegration does not happen by itself. It happens because of change. And what's happening in our society? The fastest change in the history of mankind. Never has been such a change like we are experiencing now. Thus, we have more problems now than our ancestors. Our grandparents were poor and happy. We are rich and miserable. Why? Stress. Stress, guys. You call executive stress. Why? Too much change. Change, all the time problems. Every morning something else happens. And it's getting faster and faster and worse and worse and worse and worse. Thus, to become a sick company, non-brainer. Look at the biggest companies, they just disappear. They disappear. Where are all the big companies of the past? What happened? They fell apart. They could not handle the problems. Look at all the crises, the financial crisis that we just experienced some years ago. It fell apart. Disintegration. The purpose of Adizes is to provide you the tools to maintain integration in light of change. To maintain integration in light of change, which means how to handle change constructively. Because change, if it's not handled constructively, by definition is destructive. I want to repeat this. Change is not benign. Well, you choose, do you want to make it constructive or do you want to make it destructive? No, 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 no. Change is by definition destructive. By definition. Time, by definition, is destructive. Buy the most expensive car. Put it in the garage. Don't touch the car for 2 years. Don't touch it for 2 years. Don't drive it. Don't do anything. Very expensive car. Try to start it after 2 years. It doesn't work. What the hell happened? Change, time equals change. Spend $1 million on the most beautiful garden with some exotic flowers and exotic trees and exotic uha muha buha. And then for 2 years, don't touch the garden. Don't touch it. What happened after 2 years? Full with weeds. What happened? Change. What happened? Time. Change is destructive by nature. If you do nothing, you will fall apart. I repeat. If you do nothing, your company will fall apart. If you do nothing with your body, you will fall apart. If you do nothing in your marriage, it will fall apart. I had a client of mine, I want to share this with you because it's in my new book. And whenever I work with a client, I schedule the whole scheduling of my sessions a year in advance because I want to have it systematic. No, let's say when we're going to meet. No, no, no. Here's the dates for the whole year. So I said, what about March 15? He said, Dr. Adizes, I cannot do, I'm on my honeymoon. I said, honeymoon? I just had dinner with his wife the night before. When did he get divorced and remarried overnight? I mean, I know this is California, but this is a little bit too much, you know? Then he saw that I was surprised. He says, no, 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 you don't understand, Dr. Adizes. We have a rule, my wife and me. On the anniversary of our honeymoon, every year we have a honeymoon because one honeymoon is not enough for a lifetime of a marriage. One honeymoon is not enough for a lifetime of a marriage. You have to reinforce the marriage or it will fall apart. You have to integrate the family or it will fall apart. In other words, you have to take initiative. It does not happen by itself. You know, I don't know how many of you are religious, but I am spiritual. And maybe I'm not religious going to church every day or synagogue, but I'm spiritual in my heart. I believe God. God said the following thing. I don't have time to tell you what to do all the time. So I made a rule. If you keep working on integration, everything will be fine. You don't work on integration, you'll fall apart. Thank you very much. I gave you the tools. You decide. You want this way or that way. Up to you. Look at what happened to our environment. Floods. The ocean is rising. There is a tremendous weather change, right? Why is it happening? Because we don't respect the environment. We have not worked on keeping it together. We disintegrated the world. We disintegrated the world. So now the result is that the whole environment, the weather is sick. The world is sick. We have to work on it. God is not going to do it for us. God gave us the tools. Now you decide what you want to do. The Adizes methodology is to give you the tools so that you can make the company healthy and keep it healthy. Mauricio, keep it healthy. Because if you stop practicing Adizes, I give you 2-3 years, stop practicing. Slowly, it will disappear. It will be like the Inca ruins. Something there of the past, but it's not there anymore. You have to continuously work on it, continuously work on it, continuously work. It's like exercising. You stop exercising, you start getting fat. You have to continuously work on it because of change. And the higher is the rate of change that you're experiencing in your market, in your technology, the more you have to work on it, on integration, because that change is causing you to disintegrate. The purpose of a leader of a company, all of you that are leaders of a company, think about how to keep the company together. This is not the symbol of a leader. This is a symbol of a leader for a young company, startup company. Do this, do this, do this, do that. That's okay, makes sense. But when the company is grown bigger and bigger and bigger, you cannot manage like this anymore. You cannot. It's like you can tell a little child, 2, 3, 4 years old, what to do. But by the time he's 40 years old and you tell him what to do, you're in trouble. He's going to leave the house and never come back. You have to move to this finger. Why this finger? Because this is the only finger that works with all the other fingers. This is what makes a hand. In some languages in the world, this is not a finger. This is a hand maker. Do you realize that? Hand maker. If you don't have a thumb, you don't have a hand. Your role as a leader is to be a thumb. And this is the change that so many have difficulty making. Because they're used to be this way. Pa, 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 pa. Feel great, ego gratification. I tell everybody what to do. Everybody jumps when I speak. Everybody listens to me. Wow. You don't have it, guys. You have to listen to the body. This is the finger. The movement from this finger to this finger is where the difficulty is. This is a paradigm shift. That's what this is a paradigm shift in thinking. Stop running the company alone. Start running it as a partnership, as a company, as a family, as a team. Same thing too for a family, by the way. You better start listening to your wife. You better. And you know what? Start listening to the children too. We are a family. We listen to each other. There is an integration necessary. And the more change, the harder you have to work on integration. You have to move from this finger to this finger. That is our challenge working with companies around the world.